Hello again. Welcome to Billy Ho's Sports. This time we're on the East Coast, Saratoga Springs, New York, at the spa for the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Going to be run on Sunday, September 1st. This is Labor Day weekend, which is wild how it always ends. Whenever you get a Labor Day weekend that's really close to September 1st, it always seems to sneak up on me. I don't know about you, but in this episode, we're going to review the big race on Sunday, go over the top contenders, make some selections, and see if we can't parse out who's going to take this one down. Be sure to give a look to my other great content out there this week. I got the Pacific Classic at Del Mar. I'm going to have a late pick 5 for Saturday at Del Mar, late pick 5 for Saturday at Saratoga as well, coming soon. I appreciate you joining me. Your support is always so very important to me. So clicking that subscribe button and the like, sharing on social media, all that kind of good stuff really, really helps me out immensely. So I appreciate you doing that. Doesn't cost you a dime. So hopefully we'll make some money, a lot more than dimes. Comments always encouraged. Give me your picks. Let's get it started. All right. The the Jockey Club Gold Cup Grade 1. This is worth $1 million, 3-year-olds and upward. We're going to start with number 1, Tap It Trice, the big gray. So, Todd Pletcher trains. Irad Ortiz will ride. The big fella finally got off the snide. It had been a long time since bluegrass of the last year's Kentucky Derby Trail when he impressively won and then came right back and disappointed in the Kentucky Derby, closing, lost by 9 lengths, 7th place finish. Then ran a pretty decent 3rd in the Belmont after that, skipping the Preakness. Came back in the Haskell, wasn't really there in that race. I think the pace will affect this one immensely. You can see how the pace kind of dials down, and then he was able to get out there and rate right off 3rd place in the Monmouth Cup, Grade 3, -9, -10, a little bit on the slower side, 49 half mile. Was able to take over at the top of the stretch and win going away. So I think if you get a little softer pace, Tap It Trice will be nice, so to speak. And then number 2 is Kuchar, Rudy Rodriguez, and Luis Saez rides. I'm probably going to pass on this one. A couple of 5th place finishes most recently. Just not really anything inspiring there for me. But the next one I might find interesting, Bright Future, is trained by Todd Pletcher, and that's Javier Castellano up. Just really disaster at the Grade 1 Whitney, going 1 1/8 on the muddy track there. Just never really got in contention. I don't know if it's I don't know if it was the muddy track that caused the problem, kickback or whatever. It just didn't take to the surface, but was never engaged and just never in it whatsoever. Arthur's ride blew him out that day. So if we could get back to a nice, firm, fast dirt, I think that Bright Future will have a much better showing this time around. That brings us to number 4, Disarm. And this one, Steve Asmussen, Joel Rosario combo, just really average in the Whitney. Just disappointing. Stephen Foster, after that winning that, coming out of the gate, winning this optional claiming 80K on May 18th. We thought this one was going to be going good, sired by a gun runner, but really just hasn't impressed me, and I'm going to toss it in this one as well. That brings me to number 5, Pyrenees. Really like this one. Sherry DeVoe, Brian Hernandez, 99 speed figure in the Stephen Foster. That Pimlico Special opened my eyes to him. It was a really good, a little bit on the slower side on the pace here recently. This horse runs, but it gets out front and can run right along. Really, but that shows you why these late pace figures are so good, is because they are running. You know, if you've got a 50 half mile, you're going to have all the horse down the stretch, and you better be on the stick coming home. So that one got it done that day. Just could not catch Kings Barnes in the Stephen Foster, which was Kings Barnes a pretty studly horse there. So can't really fault Pyrenees for that. So I think that he'll be in this one. the young colt. And so next up, Highland Falls, another one that's kind of interesting. Second by 5 1/4 in the Monmouth Cup behind Tappet Trice. Well, the thing of it is, Florence Giroux, you can see Flavian Pratt's up now. So Florence Giroux, I don't know if it was the demotion, but I mean, he rode the horse the last 6 starts and was fine. But this one, when I watched the race, he was inside the whole way, saving ground, and then just got kind of hemmed in and did not look for an opening, and then tried to get the inside rail and failed to do so, and then had to check up and was just nowhere to go, and disappointing effort. So I think with a little bit better decision making, like from a tactician like Pratt. I mean, not saying Flogo ain't one of the best in the business, but Pratt has just been so awesome lately. So it is an upgrade at Jockey, in my opinion. But Highland Falls will be there. Coming at the end, I think, can get either hit the board, I think. But this next one, I mean, Arthur's Ride, what can you say? I mean, he's blown them out the last 2 efforts. Bill Mott's got this one dialed in. Junior Alvarado has ridden it the last 4 outings. And one anomalous mile trip in the slop at Churchill Downs where it was pulled, I guess, basically pulled up, just a cruise home, a 9th by 23. I don't know where that came from, but blasted him by 12 in the next optional claimer, going 1.25 miles to set this one up for the 1 1/8. Cut back and dial it back, was just all the way live going down the stretch. So high speed rating. I don't think anybody's catching this horse. I think he can get out there and win for fun on the front end. If anybody has a chance to catch, it's most likely Highland Falls or Pyrenees, either of those two. I don't know what Pyrenees is going to do with a hotly contested, like a +12, like something along the lines of a 23.47 for the 1 1/16. So we'll see how he handles it. But the rest of them up here, Bright Future maybe, but I don't see Tappet Trice if it's a big pace like this. Some of these that he's ran, I don't think he gets there. So let's go ahead and put a bow on this one and get on out of here. Like I said, number 7, Arthur's Ride, looks to have his way out front again. None of these horses have shown the early speed to keep up. I'd say between Tappet Trice, Pyrenees, Highland Falls for the place. I do like the fact they're putting the blinkers on for Bright Future, who actually won this race last year. He has some late pace to make a difference as well. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Tappet Trice to see how well he runs in this race for future endeavors. But I think he's kind of like needs kind of a better pace setup so he can stay on that right outside, you know, kind of like a early pressing trip there. So that'll do it for the Jockey Club Gold Cup. It's this Sunday, September 1st. So thank you for watching. Lots more to come. So please subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. Get over on X and follow me at Billy Ho Sports. I haven't asked about that in a while, but Billy Ho Sports on X is where you'll find a lot of my content. So check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.